2 pink lines. I didn't think it was true, that sooner than later we would be welcoming you. I yelled for your daddy and glared just so. He stood there in shock, but with an ecstatic glow. He took our keys and beamed with the news. I had a lot of symptoms, but not one single clue. It wasn't possible, I thought. I had an IUD. This copper contraception 99% worked to a T. The doctor smiled gracefully with a congratulations to start, but saw the complication and prepared for our hearts. You made it to 6 weeks, no doctors knew how. Right next to the IUD, unaffected, the nurses said wow. The department gathered to see you on screen in black and white. They crowded and gasped and wondered whether you would be alright. And when I saw you, I felt my tears roll. We were no longer strangers. You were the part that made me whole. They called you a miracle and told me that they would do everything in their power so that I could just meet you. They put me on a bed and wheeled us in the surgery room. Your daddy cried and put his head on my wound. I saw bright lights, white masks, and scrubs in blue. They injected the anesthesia and counted 5, 4, 3, 2. My eyes fluttered, and your daddy was by my side. Holding my hand, his tears flowed with pride. The doctor performed a miracle, and the IUD was out. All we had to do now was wait for your little life to sprout. We made lots of phone calls and shared our great news. Your daddy was already looking up for baby names to choose. For 2 weeks we celebrated, we laughed and talked to you. You were the greatest love we had both ever knew. Then one day, as I was taking a plane to speak in Hong Kong, something came over me and I knew something was very wrong. My stomach was in pain and I prayed it wasn't so. So I called up your daddy and he said to come home. My body started birthing, but there was nothing to show. And then a few seconds later, blood began to flow. We were told it was normal and that you would be just fine. I worried uncontrollably because you were mine. I flew back to Seoul and to the hospital we went to check on your stats, anxious and prayer our knees bent. Up on the screen, we could see your silhouette. The doctor made a grave face and I said, no, not yet. You were there and you were perfect, but your heart didn't skip one beat. The tears began to fall and I couldn't admit defeat. On that fateful night, I lost a piece of my soul. A heartbreak this size could never again be made whole. Though you lived only 8 short weeks, you were loved oh so very much. You would have turned 2 today, and I can almost feel your soft, gentle touch. Your daddy and I never kissed your tiny feet or saw the dimples you would have had in your smile. We never held you in our arms, but we held you for a little while. Although we never saw your face or heard your precious laughter, we know you are in heaven and safe, my child, whom you will love today and forever after.